Getting ready for game 2 here at the Grade 8 on CHSAA TV. The Colorado Class 4A High School Boys Basketball Championship Tournament. Again, the final 8 squads on the floor. I'm Marty Cesario along with Kevin Schaefer, Jacob Reyes, and Jeremy Weathers presenting you some thrilling action. It has been so far. Game 1, we had a final where a foul on a three-point shot allowed Marcus Wilson a chance to get at the line. Valor Christian avoided a last-minute attempt by Jordan Hunter. Got through 53-52. Valor, the Eagles, are the first entry into the Final Four heading up to Boulder in Class 4A. We're about to get Game 2 going to find out who the second squad will be up at the CU Event Center next weekend. Being announced right now, the starters for each squad. Here in Game 2, we feature the Stallions of Sierra High School from the Colorado Springs Metro League against 4A Jeffco League's Dablin Jaguars. Announcing the starting lineup for you. For the Sierra Stallions, under head coach Terry Dunn, 24-1 on the season overall. Colorado Springs Metro League champions. Starting lineup, Dion Wilson, the senior, along with Calvin Brown, a senior wearing number 5. Jalen Little, a very talented guard, also a senior wearing 20. The extremely talented Wesley Gordon, who's going to be playing Pac-12 basketball for CU next year under Coach Tad Boyle. He's the senior. And Sharon Wilson, a sophomore wearing number 40 for Coach Troy Pockner's Dablin Jaguars, who finished the season at 22-2 from the 4A Jeffco. Matt Menard, the point guard, number 1. Luke Stratman, averaging 25 a game, wearing number 2. And just a junior, Alec Camino, a very hustling, pivotal role player, number 4. Reed Burbick, a senior, 24. And Taylor Brinkerhoff, 33, starting. We're underway as Wesley Gordon tips it back. His teammates can't go get the basketball, so the Jaguars, kind of an unorthodox start to a contest. The Jaguars will inbounds it. That's Menard, number 1. Kicking it back over to Chase Cleary, who's on the floor. Stratman, you'll see him do this all the time, stroke it from the outside, regardless of where he is, misses it, fight for the basketball. Eventually Menard gets it back outside to Cleary, and there's Menard with it. Menard has the basketball now, drives, intimidated a little bit by Wesley Gordon underneath, but eventually the putback. So a 2-0 lead for Dablin. Early underway, the Grade 8 on CHSAA TV. Game 2, Sierra versus Dablin. The 1 seed, the Stallions. The Jaguars are a 2 seed. Sierra is wearing the white uniforms, trimmed in red. It's cardinal red. Getting the rebound for Dablin, wearing all black, trimmed in green and white. Those are the Jaguars. Reed Burbick working around, finds inside the driving Matt Menard. Wesley Gordon with the block, coming up the floor. The Sierra Stallions kicking it back up to reset. There's Dion Wilson. Up top, over and around. And the reset for Calvin Brown, the senior leader. Tries to work against Stratman. Shot from the outside, front of the rim. Rebound attempt almost up and over. Sharon Wilson eventually. Caleb Flack doing what he does. That's his role for the Dablin Jaguars. Getting a rebound, fighting with the nasties underneath. Shot from the outside, no good. Caleb Flack almost gets it. Bounces out of bounds. It'll be Sierra basketball. The Sierra Stallion, as I mentioned, finished 24-1 overall, 14-1 within the Colorado Springs Metro League. Actually, finishing the regular season in second place in the 4A division of the Colorado Springs Metro because they play along with the Lewis Palmer Rangers, the top seed in the Colorado State Tournament here. The Stallions' only loss was to Lewis Palmer on February 10th, a 45-42 gutty basketball game. As we see a shot from the outside, Sharon Wilson hits a 2 to even things up. Since that game on February 10th in Monument, the loss to Lewis Palmer, the Sierra Stallions have not suffered defeat since. They've been on a run. as we're tied up 2-2, and we see a foul called as Menard trying to work against Jalen Little. Sierra getting through to this point by beating 8 seed Durango to open up their tournament after a first-round bye. Got through Pueblo East, a finalist in last year's 4A state tournament. Now we're playing Devlin in the Grade 8 here on CHSAA TV. The Devlin Jaguars, 22-2 to finish off the regular season, 10-0 within 4A JEFCO. They were the regular season champions after a thrilling victory over Valor Christian in the regular season, but eventually lost the 4A JEFCO Conference Tournament Championship to those very same Valor Christian Eagles, 80-75 on February 17th. Just 2 losses on the season, though, and certainly one of the top scorers in the entire state of Colorado in Luke Stratman, who you've seen hoist a couple of shots from the outside, neither true, but you will see him rack up the point totals in this game. Luke Stratman, number 2, is the one you'll see inbound the basketball there as we take a healthy pause after the foul, and now we're back underway. Stratman inside and out to Alec Comito, and then Stratman's got it again, working one-on-one. He's going to go baseline this time, up and underneath, back to the outside. And Devlin's motion offense is underway. Bervik stops, in trouble, gets it back to Menard, takes advantage, and then kicks it out in a nice layup. No, that's no good. Gordon with the rebound, looking for one of the guards. He finds Jalen Little, who comes up. Man defense applied by Coach Pochner's Devlin Jaguars. Man goes down on the floor. Bervik almost ends up sitting on him. Eventually Little gets back up and takes a shot from the outside, gets his own rebound, makes a little spin move, loses his man, and gets the 2 in. Jalen Little, nice hustle effort because he was the man on the floor. Menard all the way back down the other end. Gets pressed up in between the rim and the backboard, and eventually a rebound for Sharon Wilson. 4-2 lead Sierra early in the contest. Inside to Gordon. Elevates, and no one's going to get in the face of him. Certainly not contest the shot. Gordon with his first 2 on the board for Sierra with a 6-2 lead. Menard, again, trying to work the one-on-one. Menard, a very athletic competitor on the court. You may recall him from football, working under Coach Jeremy Bennett, one of the top wide receivers in the state of Colorado, catching passes from another kid you'll see on the floor that I've mentioned already, Caleb Flack. Matt Menard on his way to play football for Augustana in South Dakota. Flack will play quarterback at CSU Pueblo. Now we're hooping. There's Stratman up top. Uses the crossover, eventually kicks it out. Bervik on the rotation, gets to the inside. Now, more penetration for Devlin. Outside shot for Bervik. Will he hit the 3? No, that's not good. Devlin makes a lot of living off the 3-point shot. You've seen many of them attempted. Menard, that's not an issue. That's within his range. Half court is within his range. But so far he has not hit one yet. And a rebound for Sierra back up, setting up top. There's Dion Wilson, the senior. Menard coming up on him. Eventually over to Titus Winters. Winters working against Bervik. That's Wilson. Gets a shot off. Back of the rim to the outside. Gordon gets a hand on it. Tipped out of bounds. It'll be Devlin basketball. Caleb Flack back out on the floor. Forward to Evelyn. Grant Witherspoon, a freshman, is also out there. You'll see him on the right side of the screen eventually as Menard brings it up against Calvin Brown. Stratman loses his man. He'll stop, shoot, floats, gets it in. Now he's come alive. 2-point lead Sierra. They've got the basketball. Press applied by DeEvelyn as Witherspoon chases Dion Wilson. Back up top, Titus Winters gets it over to Wilson. They work it around, try to get inside to Wesley Gordon. You see the double team there, trapped by Menard and Flack. Eventually forces the turnover. Here comes Menard with the Devlin basketball. Devlin in black with the white trim. Sierra wearing white. and trimmed with cardinal red. Outside shot, that's a three to the left. The freshman Witherspoon gets a lead for the Davelin Jaguars. So a three-point shot for Witherspoon gets the Jaguars their first lead of the game. Foul called on the floor. Two shots. Deion Wilson. And he's good. Even things up at 7 early on in the contest. 2:47 left to play first quarter. Grade 8 basketball, Class 4A. State tourney here in Colorado on CHSAA TV. Wilson, second shot. Rims in and out. Flack with the rebound. Connor Skelton bringing it up over to Stratman. Rotates left side. Look at that. Nice soft touch. Stratman's now got a couple of field goals to his resume in this contest. Wilson driving. Shakes his man. And he hits. You get the indication we're going to see a few points on the board in this contest. Stratman working one-on-one once again against Titus Winters. Takes it over to Skelton. He's going to work it around. Caleb Flack saunters. What's he going to do against Wesley Gordon? Give up the basketball, but that'll be a foul. Actually, Gordon bumped him. So Flack draws the foul against Wesley Gordon. First against Gordon. Team foul number 3 to keep an eye on for Sierra. Stratman inside and up top. Now we have Witherspoon, the freshman. Trying to go inlet pass to Flack. Stolen away from Calvin Braun. Sierra's on the run. Brown still has the basketball against Witherspoon. Gordon up against Caleb Flack. Flack giving up a few inches. Actually, they go the opposite side, near side, getting his own rebound. Nice hustle, Calvin Brown, the senior, with his first field goal of the game. And another lead for the Sierra Stallions. Witherspoon handling the basketball, just a freshman. Cleary up top to Stratman. Don't leave him alone. You got to get there, except for it doesn't fall. Stratman felt he got bumped. No foul called. Hustling for the rebound underneath. It's going to take a few to battle Wesley Gordon. Chase Cleary ends up with the basketball on his behind. The foul called against Davelin, their second team foul. It'll be Sierra basketball. Winner of this contest will face the victor in the finale of this set of 4 games at the Colorado School of Mines. Broomfield Golden at 8:30 this evening. It'll be on CHSAA TV. One of these squads will meet the winner of that contest in Boulder at the CU Event Center in the Final Four in Class 4A. Right now, a 2-point lead for Sierra. You can see bottom of your screen. 11-9. Stallions up on top. Outside shot from 3. No good. Gordon with the rebound. Eventually gets back over. In rhythm, Titus Winters gets it. Balanced scoring so far for the Stallions. Up 13-9. They've got a 4-point spread. Here comes Devin. Stratman is sitting right now for DeEvelyn. On the drive, Connor Skelton no good. Back the other way, right to left. Those Stallions. Baseline shot off the front of the rim. Karen's out. Rebound attempt by Titus Winters. That's going to be over and back. And a foul called against Sierra. 4th team foul against the guys in white. Sierra coached by Terry Dunn. Knows a little something about hoops. Also a very intelligent man. A perfect human being to be mentoring young men on and off the court. His last gig was head coach at Dartmouth in the Ivy League. Put together a couple of nice seasons in a row. Sierra, of course, back-to-back state champions back in 08-09 and 09-010. As you see, Stratman out on the floor, makes the drive and gets one in. Third field goal of the night for Luke Stratman. 2-point spread. Sierra on top. Gordon makes his pivot move, kicks to the outside. That's Dion Wilson. Will it be good for three? Yes, hands in the air from the official. That's a three for Dion Wilson, who has 6 in the first quarter, and a 16-11 lead all the way down the court from Stratman. No good. First quarter in the books right now. DeEvelyn, the 2 seed, down 5 to Sierra, thanks to Dion Wilson, who hits the 3, has 6 in the game so far. Again, 5-point lead. Sierra on top. You're watching the Grade 8 on CHSAA TV.
He wasn't looking for a roommate, not even a 4-legged one. But good things have a way of turning up. Wasn't long till they realized how much they relied on each other. There's power in a great relationship. That's why we take time to get to know each of our customers personally. Like Henry and Chance. Those relationships are the strength of our community bank. And that's the way banking should be.
You can see the marquee built into the scorer's table. We are at the Colorado School of Mines in Golden. The Grade 8 on CHSAA TV. Marty Cesario alongside Kevin Schaefer, Jacob Reyes, and Jeremy Weathers helping out with the broadcast. Live streaming here on CHSAA.tv along with Play On Sports. First quarter, game 2. Sierra Stallions up 5, 16-11 with the basketball inbounding. Valor Christian has already moved through in game 1 with a thrilling 1-point victory over Kennedy. Wesley Gordon providing the highlights on your screen with the 2-hand jam. Gordon with his second field goal of the game. Gordon averaging 22 a game. Largest lead of the contest, 7 points, and the basketball for Sierra. Up 7. That's Titus Winters bringing it up against Reed Burvick. Gordon wants the basketball once more. You can see his size advantage. Elects to kick out. Working it back in, he's going to call for it. Will he make the move? Yes, to the baseline and out. 3-point shot attempt from the outside, no good. And nice rebound on the part of Calvin Brown. Tries to kick it back over to Winters. And we got a whistle blown. It'll be a foul against Devlin. Second foul, if you can hear the public address announcer, called against Caleb Flack. Back up top on the inbound, a quick hoist from the outside. Rebound from Gordon, gets it back, puts it in fairly comfortably. Now a 9-point lead for Sierra after a couple of buckets from Wesley Gordon. D1 talent being showcased in the last minute. Wesley Gordon. 9-point spread. Crowd is quiet. We are in Golden. About, let's call it 5 miles away from where Devlin sits in unincorporated Denver in Jefferson County. Well represented by kids in black to root on their Jaguars. That'll probably be an over-the-back violation. Actually, it's DeEvelyn whistled for the undercut on the rebound. Foul against the Jaguars. And you hear the reaction from the crowd nearest to us. They would be bottom of your screen underneath us from the DeEvelyn community. And they will call over the back. I'll correct myself. I'm okay with that. Jaguars keep the ball, inbound pass quickly, and they get it over to Alec Camito. Camito will do that for DeEvelyn in any contest. About 6 per game. Hustle for rebounds. Keep the ball moving around. So Camito hits to cut the lead to 7 points. His first field goal of the game. The Grade 8 on CHSAA TV, brought to you in part by Adams State College. High school students can start their college education and earn high school credit through Adams State Early College and concurrent enrollment programs. Online courses are offered throughout Colorado. For more information, visit www.adams.edu. That's adams.edu. Quick pause in the action. After Comito's make off an inbound set play, Sierra bringing the ball up, a little more pressure applied. You see the trap at the timeline, almost getting the basketball and stealing it away. That was Comito. Eventually, ball back in the hands of Dion Wilson, working the dribble against Reed Burvick. Up top, Sharon Wilson. Working it back around. There's Wilson again. Looking for somebody. Finds Calvin Brown. Winters up top, but then whistle blown. Foul called away from the basketball. It'll be underneath. Holding call against post defense for Devlin. That'll be team foul number 4 against the Jaguars. Inbounding underneath the basket, Titus Winters for Sierra. Reed Burvick with the steal. Over his head, nice hustle and effort. Even better for Titus Winters, who chases the basketball and tips it over to one of his teammates. But they can't capitalize on the nice hustle on the part of Titus Winters. Turnover. Jaguars eventually get the basketball. Stratman calling Menard to come back to him, to come get the ball. He does. Menard with Winters checking him up top. Gordon coming out defensively. Menard goes down low, not going to take the shot against Gordon. Trying to get to the interior. That's Cleary. Kicks it back out. Menard. Eventually back out up top to Reed Burvick. Burvick trying to work the one-on-one against Wilson. Menard's got some open spot. Uses the baseline and then the left, and a layup is good for Matt Menard. His first bucket of the ball game for Devlin. 2 straight baskets for Devlin. They're within 5 as Sierra works it around. Shot attempt from 18, no good. Rebound, put back, that's good. Wesley Gordon becoming much more involved deeper into this first quarter. All the way down the floor. You can't sleep on Devlin. There's Alec Comito. Pump fake and he gets it in. You heard the whistle and one situation. Comito will have an opportunity to convert on the conventional 3. Meanwhile, each coach substituting. Carlos Tucker, a junior, we haven't called his name out. You can see him stepping up on the opposite side of the lane. Checking in for Sierra. Comito having a nice 3-minute stretch here. 5 points for Comito, and Devlin's defense forces a turnover. Devlin on a modest 7-2 rush right now, and we get a timeout called by Coach Terry Dunn of Sierra after their 9-point lead is thinned down to 4. Sierra 24-1 on the season, earned a 1 seed in their quarter of the brackets. Last year, the Stallions 14-9, lost to eventual 4A finalist Windsor in the Sweet 16. The 2 previous years before that, 4A state champions in a couple of perhaps most thrilling championship events you may have seen on the hardwood here in the state of Colorado. Devlin, regular season winners of the 4A Jeffco League. 22-2 on the season last year. A Sweet 16 appearance also. After going 13-8 in the regular season. Coach Pochner, in his 14th year as the coach of Devlin, has a state championship under his belt in 03-04. with the help of Josh Schneider, Joel Anderson, and Jay Sonoff. Right now, both squads with a chance to move on to the Final Four as Stratman brings it up for Devlin. Outside shot, no good. The attempt for Connor Skelton. Sierra bringing it up with a 4-point lead. Stallions taking their time, working it around. Wesley Gordon is not on the floor. That's why you see the high post by Sharon Wilson trying to get to the inside. He does. Back of the rim, then to the front, then outside, and here comes Stratman. Left to right, in black. Beats his man down the floor and gets the layup good. The lead is merely 2 for Sierra. Stratman now has 8 in the game. 9-2 run for Devlin until that make by Calvin Brown. On the run to the interior. Up top, Witherspoon, the freshman. Settling back, Reed Burbick wants to reset. Calling for Comito to come out to help him out with a screen. Rotates it over to Comito and then back up top to Luke Stratman. Stratman works the left side, gets past his man, eats him up. So Stratman starting to explode in his scoring efforts. Averages 25 a game on the year. Has 10 so far in the first half. 2-point deficit for Devlin. Gordon on the floor for Sierra. Wilson working the post. Trapped by Witherspoon and Stratman. Jump ball indicated by the official. Arrow in possession and favor for Devlin. They'll have the basketball with just under 3:40 to go in the second quarter and a chance to tie up the ball game. Jaguars have trailed since it was 9-9, middle of the first quarter. Stratman working a post move. Throws up the loft from about 7 feet away. That caroms off the rim. Rebound Winners, and here we are back up top with Sierra. Winners against Witherspoon. Back over to Wilson. Gordon stays on the bench. Wilson way up high. And a steal by Menard. Here he comes streaking all alone. Takes his time. Outside 3, no good by Stratman. Pushing the other way, that's the senior Dion Wilson. Tries to step through defenders. Eventually does. Tripped up and a foul called. Inbounds play. Wilson calling for it up underneath, left alone after inbounding it. That was Dion Wilson, just can't make the layup. And here comes Stratman. He's working against Carlos Tucker, the key reserve. Stratman cannot be handled on the drive so far. His first step is killing defenders, no matter who it is. Takes advantage, and we do have a tie ball game. It's a 13-4 run for Devlin to even things up here in the the second quarter. 2:25 and counting to go. Calvin Brown shakes his man but gets the ball stuck on his hip. Turnover violation. So now the Jaguars will have an opportunity to take a lead, which they have not had since the first bucket in the ball game. See, guys are working hard. Stratman had his hands on his hips. Doesn't mean he's coming out. Go-to guy for Coach Bachner and Devlin. Substitution, whistle, reset. Official hands it off to Skelton, and now Stratman's got it up top. Change in defensive personnel. And same result, except for this time Stratman gives it off, eventually gets back to Burbick for the three-point shot. That's no good. Titus Winters has been doing a lot of the little things beyond scoring, just one field goal, but doing all sorts of stuff beyond making baskets, and that time good inside position. Man over the top, tips it out of bounds. It'll be Sierra basketball. So Devlin doesn't have a chance or doesn't take advantage of the chance to get their first lead since the start of the ball game. Now Sierra coming up. Wesley Gordon remains on the bench. With a talent like that, he will always stay on my radar. Getting a nice long rest for Coach Terry Dunn and the Stallions. Ball popped out of bounds. Sierra will maintain possession. Little switch up in personnel. Winters working hard. He'll take a rest. Dion Wilson back out onto the floor. Now we'll get play underway. Way out of his range, Sharon Wilson. Back over to Dion Wilson. And look at Sharon working from up top. Tight man coverage. That man defense from Devlin eventually leads to a three-point shot from the outside from Dion Wilson. That's no good, off the side of the rim near side, and now Stratman brings it up. So going to work off the dribble. Yes, he is. Works crossover, spin move, eventually turns around, and he puts it through. That's a lead for Devlin. First time since the start of the game. Devlin scored first, and now they're up by 2 with just over a minute to play in the first half. Luke Stratman with 12 points in the contest. Near turnover and a trap applied. Burvick tries to reach for it. Foul called. Sierra maintains possession. So again, to reset the story, after a couple of quick buckets by Gordon to start the second quarter, Sierra was up 20-11, a 9-point lead. Since then, a 15-4 run by Devlin. Stratman scores, takes over the lead, which is what you see right now, bottom of your screen. 26-24, under a minute to play. Sierra with the basketball. There's Dion Wilson. Over to Sharon. He's going to work one hand and a jam. Highlight, baby. Sharon Wilson with the dunk to even the contest at 26-26. Stratman. Certainly he's game. Going to show a little. Whistle blown. Will it be on the shot? So foul called on the drive by Luke Stratman. He'll get 2 shots at the line, 1-and-1 situation. Stratman misses. Surprising. Very good free throw shooter. Very good with his stroke from anywhere on the floor, as you've seen. He's not afraid, very confident anywhere across the half-court line, but doesn't hit his front end of the 1-and-1. And now Sierra's on the other side. The shot from reserve Thaddeus Bland, no good. And there's Stratman again bringing up the basketball with under 10 to play, and he'll get a final shot. Works the drive. Out to Burvick. Shot is up. That's a 3. Count it. Reaction. Devlin. They'll take the lead into the locker room at halftime. Through 2 quarters of play, after being down 9 to start off the second quarter, Devlin has rushed back. A Reed Burvick 3-point play puts them up 3. It's Devlin 29, Sierra 26 here at the Grade 8 on CHSAA TV.
I'm ready to switch over to Farm Bureau Auto Insurance.
Great.
Wait, my old insurance agent is offering me a safe driver discount if I stay.
We got you down for that.
And a multi-line discount.
That too. You know, some insurance companies don't give you your discounts until you try to switch, whereas we give you all the discounts you qualify for automatically.
Awesome. Done.
Hey, hi.
Your old agent?
Yeah.
Awkward.
Real service, real people. That's Farm Bureau Insurance.
He wasn't looking for a roommate, not even a 4-legged one. But good things have a way of turning up. Wasn't long till they realized how much they relied on each other. There's power in a great relationship. That's why we take time to get to know each of our customers personally. Like Henry and Chance. Those relationships are the strength of our community bank. And that's the way banking should be.
Teams for Game 3 warming up out there on the court. We're in our second of 4 here on the campus at the Colorado School of Mines. Out there, the guys with the black warm-up tops and the white shorts. That's top-ranked Lewis Palmer and Josh Scott. They will run in Game 3 against the 2 seed, the Wildcats from Pueblo Central. In Game 3, we'll have that for you here on CHSAA TV, presented in part by Play On Sports, and also the Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. Coverage of the state basketball tournament here on CHSAA TV, presented in part by Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance, who can handle your auto, home, and life insurance. They've got local agents throughout the state. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance, real service, real people. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. As these teams warm up, 2 other squads in the locker rooms right now contemplating, diagramming what they want to do in the second half of play, the final 2 quarters. The score through 2 quarters, DeEvelyn with that 18-6 run to finish off the second, takes over the lead on a Reed Burbick 3-point field goal. They're up 29-26 at the half. Winner of the DeEvelyn Sierra contest will take on the victor in the finale of the events here at the Grade 8 on CHSAA TV today in Golden. Broomfield against the Demons from Golden High School. I expect, just geography alone, that will be an electric atmosphere. You got Broomfield traveling a short distance eastward from Broomfield County, and then, of course, the kids from Golden could probably walk up or maybe skate if it wasn't uphill. Maybe ride their Schwinn with the flag. Maybe I'm dating myself. I don't know. But certainly there'll be a lot of people here. There'll be a whole bunch of folks here from Golden High School, and definitely a lot of people representing Broomfield to see that finale. But whoever wins that contest in Game 4 will take on the winner of this Game 2. Again, DeEvelyn up 29-26. Looking at some of the scoring efforts through 2 quarters of play, leading DeEvelyn as expected. Luke Stratman really doing most of his work off the dribble, and he's been doing it quite well. No defender's really been able to match up with him. He's got 12 points through the first half. Alec Comito would be the next leading scorer for the DeEvelyn Jaguars with 5 points. Grant Witherspoon has a 3, and Matt Menard with a field goal. Total of 29 for DeEvelyn. Looking at the scoring columns for the Sierra Stallions, Wesley Gordon kind of getting more aggressive in his post play in the second quarter, has 8 points to lead the Stallions. Deion Wilson started off really strong, hitting a 3 and getting a field goal and scoring another point off of a free throw. He's got 6 points. Calvin Brown with 4, as does Sharon Wilson, who has an amazing highlight we saw with the baseline drive with the one-hand dunk, carrying it up high. That was gorgeous. Titus Winters and Jalen Little also contributing a pair of field goals for Sierra, a total of 26 points, so the score is 29-26. And on the way, we'll have the second half to see if, well, really, Coach Terry Dunn can figure out which one of his players can match up with Luke Stratman off the dribble. If not, find the man Stratman's going to kick to. Otherwise, for Sierra, will Wesley Gordon start to establish dominance as we might expect in any game when Mr. Gordon is involved? We'll find out. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back and walk you right up to the second half of play in Game 2 here in the campus of the Colorado School of Mines. Score 29-26. DeEvelyn has the lead over the number 1 seed, Sierra, here on CHSAA TV.
Thanks for meeting me here.
No problem. You know, Farm Bureau Insurance has local agents making this kind of thing real easy.
Well, your auto insurance has saved me a lot on old Becky here.
That's great. And since our headquarters are local, we'll be here for old Becky for a long time.
Harold, your dog swallowed the remote again.
Who's that?
Older Becky.
Oh. Ugh.
Real service, real people. That's Farm Bureau Insurance.
We measure by feet and inches. Right, exactly. Did you see?
He wasn't looking for a roommate, not even a 4-legged one. But good things have a way of turning up. Wasn't long till they realized how much they relied on each other. There's power in a great relationship. That's why we take time to get to know each of our customers personally. Like Henry and Chance. Those relationships are the strength of our community bank. And that's the way banking should be.
Be an actor, writer, or scientist. With small class sizes and caring faculty, your great story begins here. Adams State College offers state-of-the-art classrooms and an adventure program that rocks your world. Our affordable tuition and close campus community enriches the lives of a diversity of students.
Helping you, inspiring you to be your very best. Adams State College. Great stories begin here.
You're looking at center court right now. The big donkey for the Ore Diggers as we're on the floor here at the Colorado School of Mines, which this year having a beautiful season for basketball, not only hosting this event, the Grade 8 here on CHSAA TV, also their men's basketball squad, top 3 in Division II nationally, involved in the RMAC shootout and will be part of the NCAA Division II tournament. Marty Cesario alongside Kevin Schaefer, Jacob Reyes, and Jeremy Weathers bringing you the Grade 8 as part of the Colorado Class 4A High School Boys Basketball Championship Tournament. De Evelyn with their 18-6 run and a Reed Burbick three-point field goal to finish off the second quarter have now taken a 3-point lead. You see the score, 29-26. As we're underway, starting the third quarter, as expected, Wesley Gordon's going to touch the basketball, makes his pivot move and a nice spin. You got to like to see that. That's part of why he's going to be playing Pacific 12 basketball. He's got other skills besides being a big guy shooting the basketball. Gordon with the assist and the feed and an inside bucket for Sierra. We'll give credit to Calvin Brown with the field goal for Sierra. 1 point deficit, Sierra setting up defensively as Chase Cleary drives in, and Reed Burbick now Using that offense you know so well if you've watched the Dablin Jaguars. They like to drive, go for layups, or hit threes, nothing in between. There was the long shot, no good. And down the floor, Jalen Little kicks out. Deion Wilson, not afraid. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound, Sharon Wilson moving the basketball around. Another three-point attempt, that's true. Jalen Little gets a three, and quickly Sierra erases their three-point deficit at the half with a quick 5 points, and now they have the lead by 2. Burbick working against Brown. That's Cleary with the basketball for Dablin. Dressed in black. Menard up top. Crossover. Gets by his man and through Gordon and around. No good is the basket. Here comes Sierra wearing white with the cardinal trim. Little feeds Gordon. No shot attempt. Foul called. Will be a shooting foul. Gordon will get a pair at the line. He's got 8 points in the game. Wesley Gordon averaging 22.5 points per game. Misses the first. Sierra trying to extend this run to start off the third quarter. Gordon misses both. No harm with the foul as Burbick brings it up. Devlin working it around. Nobody in post position. Full spread offense in motion. Flack, usually the guy down low if there's going to be one for Devlin. Now we find Stratman with the basketball. 12 points in the first half. The go-to guy, leading scorer for the Jaguars. Trying to feed to the interior to Caleb Flack. He gets the basketball. He's trapped underneath. Will he get it up? And no, he won't. He gets it up, but it gets blocked. We'll give credit for a block to Sharon Wilson. May have had the highlight of the game with a second quarter dunk. Going baseline, holding it up high, and then stuffing it in. Good defense there for 40, who is now up top, checking Chase Cleary. Burbick working the motion around, gets in the lane, kicks it back out. Connor Skelton. Will he get by his man? Yes, he does. And through. The basket good for Connor Skelton. Skelton's first bucket of the game. His 2 evens things up at 31 all. Gordon against Flack, down low. You can see top right side, right corner of your screen. Gordon calling for the basketball. He's got 2 men on him. That'll offer perhaps some opportunities for Sierra with the outside shots, but no, electing go to the interior. Jalen Little with the left. And another lead for Sierra. Skelton picks up his dribble, gets some help. That's Skelton on the drive. All the way through, so a couple of baskets for Connor Skelton, the junior. Have been the offense so far in this third quarter for Dablin. As we're even at 33-33. Gordon still throwing his backside up against Flack. Cheating to help out is Chase Cleary. You can see 2 men pretty much on top of Gordon at all times. A drive and an acrobatic move on the part of Calvin Brown. Foul called. He's going to get a pair at the line. Calvin Brown, 6 points in the game. Senior leader. Trying to extend his high school career. Waxing like a pitcher in a baseball game. Calvin Brown wants the official to help him out, do a little maintenance. Very resourceful, the official, using his pant leg. Dry that baby off. Make it all good for Calvin. Details, right? Sweep the corners. See if it pays off for Calvin Brown. Yes. Because if he doesn't hit it, that's embarrassing. So Brown hits the first of 2. Coach Pochner, a few substitutions. The talented freshman Grant Witherspoon, 23, you can see on the right side of your screen, has checked in. Brown releases his second. hits both. 8 in the game for him individually. And a 2-point lead once again for Sierra. Sierra guards coming up with the press. Kind of soft as Witherspoon brings it up. He's got the big guy, Wilson, on him. Witherspoon gets by him. Wilson gets back in time. Looked like he got ball, but perhaps a body check underneath and the foul called. Witherspoon will have a chance to get his 4th and 5th points of the game. Witherspoon hit a 3 earlier on in the contest. Coach Pochner says this kid, Grant Witherspoon, is going to be the biggest kid in his basketball program someday. Already showing great skills in his freshman season. Misses that first one. Lefty puts up the second. No good on that one either. Gordon with the rebound, and here comes Sierra. Pushing it quickly. Nice defense. Camito getting the basketball. Loose ball hustle. Winters once again. He's been doing that a lot in the game. Hits the floater off balance. And a 4-point lead now for Sierra. Witherspoon trying to throw the ball into traffic. And here comes Sierra. Good numbers, nice transition defense on the part of D'Evelyn. But they lose a man, and up there with the lefty layup. It's good for Jalen Little. His 7th points of the game. And now we've got a little mini run going for Sierra, and the block, a rejection. Wesley Gordon. Devlin not phased, they'll reset. Witherspoon up top. Again gets by his man over the top of Gordon. Rebound putback. That's good. The hustle guy, Alec Camito, the senior, with another 2 and a timeout. So a 4-point spread. Sierra on top with their little mini rush. Scored 6 in a row until that Camito putback. 39-35 lead for Sierra. As you're watching the Grade 8 on CHSAA TV, brought to you in part by the Colorado Preps Network, where you get in-depth coverage of every state tournament game in all classes. They can be found through the Colorado Preps Network. Get the quickest results and updated tournament brackets at coloradopreps.com. And join them for the Built Ford Tough Scoreboard Show, where they'll recap all the action each Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 9 until 10 in the evening on the Colorado Preps Radio Network. Marty Cesario here on CHSAA TV with Play on Sports. Streaming live from the campus of the Colorado School of Mines in Golden, Colorado. Game 2 of the Grade 8. Second one of a set of 4. Valor Christian already through. They're going to the Final Four. Sierra with a 4-point lead. They're trying to get there. First time in a couple of years. Davlin trying to erase this 4-point deficit, playing good sound defense, except for losing Jalen Little again. He hits it 2. Now it's a 6-point lead once again for Sierra. Foul called defensively against the Stallions. Little not pleased, but his persuasion will do nothing. Stratman will inbound up top of your screen. The give and then the shot. Steps in rhythm, just no good. Nice rebound. Caleb Flack out to Reed Burfict. He hits the 3 for Devlin. You hear the Jaguars faithful respond. 3-point spread as Jalen Little brings it up against Witherspoon. No high screen from Gordon. There it is against Witherspoon. And the give and go. Gordon with a nice spin up top. No contest. Puts it in. Gordon with his 5th field goal of the contest. Spread is 5 once again. As Stratman strokes it from the outside. I do not believe he has not hit a 3-pointer in this game. That's official. Gordon down low working against Flack. Fleck bodies up and forces the traveling violation. Good defense on the part of number 5, Caleb Flack. Forces the turnover of possession. Immediate substitutions on the part of both crews. Now Menard back in. He'll run the point for DeEvelyn. Picks up his dribble. Now he's in trouble. Gets some help from Cleary. Cleary works around. Cleary's got the basketball once again. Bervick taking his time. They can't get Stratman loose. Good defense being applied away from the basketball by Dion Wilson. If you watch on screen, watch black 2 and white 3. Stratman just can't get away. That time he gets the basketball. A nice pass from Menard. Will Stratman get it up in the air? Yes, he does, but he's a little off balance. No good. Rebound, Gordon, and here come the Stallions. Once again, moving left to right. Wilson avoids the trap, gets it out. There's a three-point shot coming from Sierra, and that's good from deep along the baseline. Calvin Brown with a 3, his first from behind the arc in the game. We've got an 8-point lead, largest lead for either squad. Sierra held a 9-point lead early in the second quarter at 20-11. Now they're up 8, 46-38. Guys in white have the advantage. Cleary working around now. He'll kick to Menard. Takes a three-point shot. That's good. Menard with his second field goal. First 3. He's got 5. Timeout on the floor as DeEvelyn thins the lead to 5. Again, resetting today's events. It's still early. It's only game 2. Valor Christian has moved on. The Devlin Jaguars, as I joke with Coach Pochner, who really wanted a piece of the Eagles once again. He's got some work to do to get there. He's played the Eagles 3 times already this season. Would love nothing other than to meet them again. Jaguars got some work to do. Valor Christian has moved on in game 1. Valor with a 53-52 victory. A 3-point shot attempt by Marcus Wilson. A foul was called. Wilson hits 1 of the 3 to break the tie at 53-52. Then a Jordan Hunter last-minute attempt at about 15 feet off balance. Hits the front of the rim and then the floor. And Coach Steve Ritello's Eagles have moved on to the Final Four. That's the first entry, Valor Christian. Entry number 2, we're going to find out here on your screen after we finish up this third and the final period. Sierra right now with the advantage by 5. Gordon's got the basketball, looking for help. Eventually moving around. Up top, setting it up, barking out orders, floor leader. Titus Winters. Wilson's going to take that shot just short of the 3. Gordon with a nice one-handed rebound. And he gets it back up in the air and in for Sierra. Wesley Gordon, a little quiet, definitely in the first quarter, started to establish himself in the second, and here in this second half has certainly stepped up and shown what we expect from Big 2-5. He's got 12 points in the game after that rebound putback attempt was good. 7-point lead. See Menard trying to shoot over Wesley Gordon, way out high on defense. Got a hand on it. Gordon's tip is the reason why Devlin will maintain possession. Menard will inbounds. Comito to Stratman. Back to Menard, trying to work off the dribble. Left side, a little off balance. Tangling feet. Saw the putback attempt by Clear. That's no good, and that'll end 3. So a little rush from the folks wearing the yellow and the red. Sierra's feeling good right now with a 7-point lead. Wesley Gordon establishing himself. It's Sierra 48, Devlin 41. You're watching the Grade 8 on CHSAA TV.
Be an actor, writer, or scientist. With small class sizes and caring faculty, your great story begins here. Adams State College offers state-of-the-art classrooms and an adventure program that rocks your world. Our affordable tuition and close campus community enriches the lives of a diversity of students.
Helping you, inspiring you to be your very best. Adams State College. Great stories begin here.
The grade 8 on CHSAA TV. See the Jaguar Spirit Squad trying to elevate the noise from the student community representing Devlin High School in unincorporated Denver. Well represented. A little quiet right now with a 7-point deficit. A little rush from Sierra recently. A 7-2 run on the part of the Stallions has them up by 7. Their star, forward center hybrid Wesley Gordon, starting to make his presence felt more and more offensively and defensively. And speaking of defense, the Stallions have held star scorer Luke Stratman for Devlin, who has the basketball right now. He has 0 points in this half as I set him up on the attempt, but the ball no good. Rebound again from Wesley Gordon, and bringing it up, Deion Wilson. Gordon works around, wants it, Flack on his backside, hand check, foul call, no shot. Inbounds play in progress, over the top to Gordon. Too high for his taste. Now Gordon starts to back in, applies the high screen, and the cut from Jalen Little. Nothing there. Now they go back inside to Wesley. Backside help nice for Matt Menard, so Wesley kicks it back to the outside. Gordon's got it once again in the paint, and you see 3 men surrounding Wesley Gordon, doing a nice job focusing on the big man, but eventually a hack on the forearm, and Gordon draws the foul. No shots, but Sierra is collecting team fouls against Devlin. Find an open man on the inbounds play. Calvin Brown had a nice shot from about 17, but no good front of the rim. Tired legs. Guys been working hard out there. Stratman up top again, scoreless in the second half. There's more of what we saw ahead of time. He gets by Wilson, but quick hands by Wilson. Backside pops the ball out. Devlin will keep possession. Stratman destroyed Sierra in the first half, working off the dribble. Still has not hit one from 3, and again, has not scored a point in the second half from a kid who scores 25 a game, one of the top scorers in the state of Colorado. There's Flack getting it. What's he going to do against Wesley Gordon? He's going to get rid of it. Cleary going to work around it against Gordon and Sharon Wilson. Most of the time, that's probably going to be the result you just saw. Ball tapped. It's out of bounds. Jaguars going to keep it. Coach Bachner doesn't like the pace and the rhythm of what just occurred, so he's going to call a timeout right now. So we'll offer that or take that as an opportunity to remind you that the grade 8 on CHSAA TV is brought to you in part by Bank of Colorado, where you can enjoy the difference of a family-run bank deeply rooted in Colorado that can make a difference in your life and community. They still believe in personal banking relationships. It's Bank of Colorado, distinctively different and distinctively Colorado. It's the way banking should be at Banking of Colorado. The grade 8 on CHSAA TV, recapping some of the scores that are already in. We're also providing coverage here on CHSAA TV at the Denver Coliseum for the Class 5A grade 8. A final in, the Arapahoe Warriors have beaten Thunder Ridge 55-53, as you see the miss by Reed Burvick on the inbounds play. So the Warriors are through, and they'll go to the Final Four in Class 5A. Here in Golden, Valor Christian has emerged victorious in Game 1 as Wesley Gordon makes a nice post-step move to the inside, up top, and through. Gordon with another field goal and a 9-point lead, largest lead of the game for the Stallions. Another score I can offer you from the Denver Coliseum. Mountain Vista at halftime had a 27-26 lead over Highlands Ranch. That certainly would be considered a surprising finish if the Golden Eagles can hold that lead, slim as it is right now. Outside shot from Burbick, no good. Wesley Gordon with another rebound. Gordon will do that. 9.5 boards per game. And the drive from Sierra draws the whistle. That'll be a foul called against Devlin. And again, if you know the geography of where these two schools come from and where we're at and where we're broadcasting from, you can tell by the lack of noise what's occurring out there on the basketball floor. Devlin's so close, 5 miles away. Right now, down 9, represented very, very well. A lot of kids in black in this gymnasium. Very quiet right now, and you can kind of feel a little bit of the deflation as their squad is down 9 and their leading scorer is not very involved right now. And that would be a credit to the defense of the Sierra Stallions under Coach Derry Dunn. There's another reason. You've got Big Kid calling for the basketball. Set play. The inbounder comes back in, gets the feed from Gordon. Calvin Brown with another 2. An 11-point spread for Sierra. Menard behind the back. Gets rid of his man. Eventually help comes defensively. Outside 3. And that's good. Connor Skelton with a 3-point shot and another timeout for Coach Pochner as they trim the deficit to under double digits. It's now 52-44. Grade 8 on CHSAA TV. Again, brought to you in part by the Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. They can handle your auto, home, and life insurance locally with agents throughout the state. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance, real service, real people at Farm Bureau Insurance. So 8-point lead for Sierra after the 3-point make by Connor Skelton. We're in the fourth quarter. Largest lead of the game for the Stallions. They were up 9 early in the second after a pair of Gordon field goals. At that point, it was Sierra 20, Diablin 11. An 18-6 run in the second by the Jaguars. Eventually pushed Diablin up over the top to take a 3-point lead at the half on a Reed Bervick 3-point shot. Since then, Sierra has been strong. Deion Wilson opened with a couple of field goals to begin the game. There's a steal on the part of Skelton, so he makes the 3. The timeout by Coach Pochner. A steal by Skelton. He hits the 2, and now the lead is just 6. And you feel a rush of intensity from the Devlin Jaguars. 6-point lead. Sierra settling up top. Jalen Little running the offense. Over to Gordon. He's up high against Flack. Looking for a guard. He finds one. Back into Gordon. Uses his, oh yeah, you heard the reaction from the crowd. Perhaps a hook move on the part of Gordon. Referees dismiss it. Gordon makes a strong move. Eventually gets the basket in and draws the foul. He'll have an and one opportunity right now. 16 points for Gordon. Opportunity for 17 and a 9-point lead if he makes it for the Stallions. Under 5 to play, final quarter, grade 8 on CHSAA TV. Gordon makes it. So he has 17 in the game and a 9-point lead. Bervick bringing it up. Again, that defense very, very tight. Deion Wilson. Diplomatic, the referees, after perhaps a pull or a hand check by Deion Wilson, was dismissed. Eventually, foul called as Wilson takes a seat, providing tough defense against Luke Stratman. It's got to be part of the story. The on-ball defenders really away from the basketball. Stratman gets loose finally along the baseline, gets an easy layup, his first points of the second half. And now just a 7-point lead for Sierra. See what that does for Devlin's offense and certainly Luke Stratman. Traveling violation. Now the noise from Devlin. Kids feeling a little bit. Perhaps the Stratman field goal helps out a little bit. You see Matt Menard is way up front, but there he is. He gets the basketball, and he'll work it now. No press by Sierra. They'll retreat. The Stallions defenders. There he is once again. Will he hit the three? Yes. So perhaps that popped the cork. The field goal just working without the basketball and eventually getting a layup. Luke Stratman now has a couple of quick buckets. One being that three you just saw. 55-51. Problem, make sure you check down on Jalen Little as he streaks across the floor coast to coast, and he gets a two to answer immediately. And there's a three-point shot for Chase Cleary. So now offense is coming alive. Players feeling their stroke. We're seeing all kinds of shots land. Chase Cleary with his first bucket of the game, a three, and there's an open shot for Dion Wilson. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Skelton. He finds a streaking Stratman. It's over and beyond him to where it goes out of bounds. Great opportunity for the Jaguars. Goes without points. And Sierra will have the basketball. Under 3.5 to play, and Stallions have that three-point lead. Here comes the press from Devlin. They go to trap. Jalen Little doesn't work out off his knees, makes the pass to get out of trouble, and now Sierra can settle down just a little bit. Little has the basketball again. Gordon wants that ball, gets it. Easy lay-in. And a timeout for Terry Dunn. Coach Dunn calls a timeout. Perhaps knows the press is coming, so he's got to go ahead and make adjustments with his players, or at least refreshers on how you handle things. This is how we practice it down in Colorado Springs. So Jalen Little gets out of trouble. The trap up against his own baseline, gets it out, and it eventually gets down to Wesley Gordon. Makes a spin move. Defender gets bounced off a contact with a big kid who runs 6'7" and about 250. Bounces off him to where Gordon's left alone and just easily puts it up over the front of the rim for a bucket. And Sierra answers a little mini rush by a couple of shots made by Luke Stratman coming alive with a two and then a three from the outside. Gordon hits it, and Sierra gets their lead up to 5 now, 59-44. Just over 3 to play in the fourth quarter of Game 2 of the Grade 8 in Class 4A on CHSAA TV. Here comes Menard. Keeping Stratman on the radar. There he is, trying to get him the basketball. Almost an over and back violation. Burbick keeps it alive but throws it back to Sierra. Now Little, who's been running the offense for the Stallions quite often in the second half, start things off. Eventually gets around. There's Little once again. Will he drive through? Sure does, but nice job defensively. Chase Cleary with the block on the backside. Menard works the dribble. In traffic and in trouble, gets it out to Luke Stratman. Good defense again. Dion Wilson. Stratman trying to force the issue. And the foul called, certainly before the shot. That's only team foul number 4 against Sierra. Ray Burbick, you might have seen him calling for the basketball on the set play. No, it eventually ends up to Luke Stratman, who's going to work off the dribble. Wilson, yes, hand on the shoulder. Official calls it, so that'll be another foul. 2 in a row against Wilson and Sierra. Still no shots. Resetting the team foul situation. Devlin has 6. That was the 5th for Sierra. No 1-and-1 situations yet. Menard working off the dribble, gets bumped. Will they give him the shots? And they're going to make that a shooting foul. So Menard working with his left-hand dribble through the lane, gets bumped. And now we'll get 2 shots at the line. Menard with 5 points in the game. Make that 6, hits the front end. 4-point deficit, and another shot to come from senior point guard Matt Menard. And through the quiet and the anxiety, Matt Menard sticks it. And we've got a turnover forced. Chase clearly certainly a part of it. So here come the Jaguars. Officials take a quick timeout. Pause to remind the Devlin bench to hold their seat. On the run, Stratman trying to shoot in rhythm off the set play. Wilson gets a hand on it, pops out of bounds. If Sierra does get through, certainly Wesley Gordon's going to be part of the story. But the defense of Dion Wilson, specifically on Luke Stratman, a huge part of that story. Now it's substitutions that halt the rhythm of the game. That's to the advantage of Sierra, would be my instincts, because Devlin's on a run right now. As they inbound, get it over to Matt Menard. Menard's working against Titus Winters. So going to try to take advantage of him. You had an open spot, didn't take the shot. A little too unselfish, perhaps. You heard the reaction from the Devlin crowd. Menard will have another go at it. Gives to Flack. Flack's going to kick it out. Burbick will take that one from the outside. Front of the rim, no good rebound for Dion Wilson. Couple of nice looks. Devlin elected keep the ball moving around. They come up empty on that possession. And now you have Sierra working with the give and go. Wesley Gordon, good defense by Luke Stratman. Backside. Not watching the basketball. Eventually the turnover for Sierra. Stratman bringing up. He's going to take that shot from the outside, still front of the rim, doesn't have the legs for it. Another one. Here it comes from Stratman for 3 to tie, and it's good. Luke Stratman, a 3-point field goal. Held scoreless all of the third quarter. Here on the back end of the fourth, his second 3. Now 8 points in the fourth. Ties the ball game up. As Titus Winters gets through, gets a tip back. Gordon gets a hand on it and puts it back in. Gordon tips it in with 51 on the clock to give Sierra a 2-point lead. But it wasn't long ago when it seemed like Sierra had clear command of this contest, jumping ahead by 11 at the beginning of the fourth quarter with Wesley Gordon feeling it and just becoming dominant within the paint. Stallions were up 52-41 with that 11-point spread, but slowly Devlin has fought their way back, and they found a way to get the basketball and to Luke Stratman, get him more involved. And again, how critical it was. You got to be creative. Troy Packner sets up a play where Stratman works backside, runs along the baseline, gets the basketball on the run, and just a very simple layup, but that was his first bucket of the entire second half. Then eventually hits 2 3-pointers, including the one you just saw to tie the ball game up at about a minute to play. Countering those Stallions. A couple of opportunities down low from Titus Winters on the drive. Eventually, big Wesley Gordon gets his hands up there, tips one in to get the Stallions a reclaim of the lead with what you see right now at 61-59. Devlin basketball, under a minute to play. How do you like what you've been witnessing if you've been with us for a while because you're a hoops fanatic? Valor wins by 1 at the end of game 1. And now we've got a 2-point ball game with under a minute to play. Here comes Devlin. Matt Menard getting it over, and that'll be a turnover. Miscommunication. Jaguars give up the basketball. So now the Jags bringing up some tight, aggressive defense. Wesley Gordon helps break the press, allows the outlet. Now Sierra will set up. Cleary coming up on Little. It's worked around. You got to see the long shots unless they're wide open. Gordon standing alone underneath the basket. But you can see what the mode of operation is right now for Coach Terry Dunn and his Stallions. They're going to work the clock, pass the ball around, and make the guys in black chase, and eventually we get the foul. Now we have the 1-and-1 situation that Sierra will enjoy the rest of this fourth quarter. At the line, Jalen Little with 11 points in the game. First of two, and he sticks number one. No timeouts. Coach Bachner's going to leave his guys on the floor and react after this shot from Little. And Jalen Little, the senior, hits both to provide a two-possession game. As Menard brings it up, and again, Dion Wilson in the face of Stratman. Hits the three. You heard the whistle. He'll get another shot at the free throw line. That's how gifted this kid is. Gets bumped. He's off balance. Held scoreless for so long. Here we are. Under 20 to play. 14 on the clock specifically. Hoists one up in desperation. It goes through. It was a switch. Now he has a chance to tie. Luke Stratman. Just mentioned he was scoreless through, let's call it 3.5 quarters, or excuse me, the first quarter and a half and the second half. Hadn't hit a three-point basket at all. There he is, true. Ties the game, and the react from the Devlin community. Tie ball game at 63-63. Stratman with 3 consecutive three-point shots. And then the unorthodox 4-point play to even things up. The Grade 8 on CHSAA TV. Certainly an enjoyable event so far this evening. And I expect it'll continue to be so as we have 2 more games to go after this contest. The Grade 8 on CHSAA TV brought to you in part by Adams State College. Working adults can earn that bachelor's degree without interrupting home or work life. You can study online with Adams State Distance Learning, convenient programs in more than 20 areas of study. If you want more information, go to www.adams.edu. Adams.edu. We're all even up after the Stratman 4-point play. I'm not stuttering, a 4-point play to even things up. Unbelievable. A lot of folks shaking their heads like, oh, I can't believe that. Well, you need to watch a little more basketball from Devlin and watch that kid, Luke Stratman. And then consider yourself fortunate because you got another year of watching him. He's just a junior. Stratman evens things up, 63-63. Couple of ticks under 15 to play. Here comes Sierra. Gordon's going to stop, look around. We're under 10. Who will take the shot? There's Gordon. He calls for it. Pivot move. He sinks it. Under 3 to play. A streaking Comito down the floor. They had their shot, and again an overtoss to finish the basketball game. That's how it's going to end. It's crunch time. Somebody got to be a playmaker. And why not go to your main man, Wesley Gordon. Down in the post. He makes his move, the signature, gets open, uses the left, the kiss off the glass, call that the winner. So it'll be the Sierra Stallions moving to the Final Four. That'll be their 3rd time in 4 years. Recall their back-to-back state championships in 08, 09, and 09 and 10. The Stallions defeat the Devlin Jaguars, 65-63. Jaguars, certainly a beautiful season, winning the 4A Jeffco regular season championship. Overall, their season will finish with a record of 22-3. And again, Sierra with the victory, 65-63, are now sitting with an overall record of 25-1. Their only loss to the top seed in Class 4A in the state of Colorado, the Lewis Palmer Rangers. And we'll see them coming up next. Congratulations once again on a fine game, good comeback for the Dablin Jaguars. But more so to those kids celebrating out on the floor. Coach Terry Dunn's Sierra Stallions are going to move on to the Final Four. They have a date next week in Boulder at the CU Event Center. They are the next entrance in the Final Four. Lewis Palmer, Pueblo Central coming up next. Hope you join us. Thank you for being with us for this thrilling matchup. Again, final score 65-63. Sierra wins over Dablin here at the Grade 8 on CHSAA TV.